We are live.
We are recording. And here we go.
He opens the show with a cough. I like it. Welcome to the Tom Bernard Show with the family and
co-host Kathryn Burtt.
Andy Brant Bernard.
And Konstantinos Christos Vasilis Econompoulos.
Holy
oh
moly.
my God.
You know, that
Oh,
reminds
God.
me, actually. So after shows, I write the description. And in the descriptions, I put who has been on the show that day.
Sure.
So on Tuesdays, I write down Costaki Econompoulos. And so, certain programs have the spell check squiggles, the red lines.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like they say, oh, that's not a word. Costaki, according to my browser, Costaki is not a word, but Econompoulos is.
Oh.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go.
What does it mean?
I've looked it up before. It means something in Greek.
It's, it has roots in sort of like having your house together kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Son of the steward or the house manager.
Son
there you
of a
go.
steward.
Yes, economos is a steward or the manager of a house. And looks like Poulos is son of. So there you go.
So probably not the ruling class.
But I do have a question for you. Does that mean in order to rule everything, do you have to be in prison?
What?
Well, I'm just saying it'd be easier to handle everybody if you put them in prison.
It's true.
So a household, then that's a jailer.
What are you going to do? Ladies and gentlemen. What?
I said he'd be Costaki Jaileropoulos at that point.
Jaileropoulos, there you go. Costaki Econompoulos, quick snaps. Hey, by the way, Ixnay on the Vikings Vay.
Yeah,
That's
I
all
hear
I
you.
have to say to you.
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, my
and also
God,
the
they suck.
Falcons Faye. Yeah, right.
Were the Falcons also not good?
Also not good. Yeah.
Yeah. They're doing
But the
really
Georgia
great.
Bulldogs were good. I went to Athens to run around and watch football this weekend. That was fun.
See,
Beat
there you
Ole
go.
Miss.
You got them. We got the University of Minnesota won this weekend, too.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that's you lean into the thing that's working. That's what you do.
Lean into the college level.
That's right.
No doubt about it. Well, they just won their national title only 65 years ago.
That's right. Yeah.
It's
Full-
true.
A full-grown man's life. Yeah, that's right.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. No question about it. Well, see, that was a big deal because we were getting the Twins, we were getting the Vikings, and the very year we're getting them, the University of Minnesota wins the national championship in football. We thought, oh, my God, it's going to be sports heaven.
Oh, right.
No,
Not so much.
Sorry.
not so much. What are you going to do?
But
gotta
you
be
got to
honest with you.
embrace the things that are working and what's fun
Yeah.
about it.
Yep,
What are
I
you-
agree.
What are you going to do?
I agree. Like I said, I would like to see one team win. That'd be really nice.
Yeah, that's not too much to ask, right?
No, not at all.
I only have two teams, and one of them won the national championship a couple years ago. So
There you go.
I'm like, okay, the other one still sucks, but the one,
You're doing the best you can.
I waited 40 years for the Bulldogs to win one. They did. They won two. It was nice.
Well, there you go.
It's true, ladies and gentlemen. So what's going on today in your world?
Well, I have a long-standing tradition with my brother. He's a Falcons season ticket holder, and we have a tradition of going to one away game a year.
Oh,
right?
that's nice.
And this year we've been to Tampa and New York and LA and San Francisco and Arizona. And this year we're going to Berlin to watch the Colts play the
Wow.
Falcons.
Oh,
And my brother pointed this out. I didn't know this. All right, give me a sec to get through some of the beats here. This has really like filled my body with joy when I heard this.
okay.
The Olympics were held in Berlin in 1936, right? It was a big stage. It was the first televised Olympics. And of course, the Nazi regime hoped to showcase their master race at this, giant event, global event. And as you know, a black kid from Alabama named Jesse Owens showed up.
Yep.
and won the 100 meters and the 200 meters in front of Hitler.
In your face, Hitler.
There you go.
And it was arguably the greatest moment in sports history, right?
Sure.
Yep.
And that's the same stadium that we're going to go watch the Falcons play in. It's the same place.
That's amazing.
And I'll still be rooting for the black guy. Michael Penix over Daniel Jones. Let's go Falcons.
Okay. Well, that works.
So I read on some of this stuff I didn't know. So Owens won 4 gold medals in the track and field events, which hadn't happened before and didn't happen for another 50 years after that. He was the star of that Olympics. And Hitler watched him win the 100 meters, the 200 meters, the relay, the long jump.
Right.
So on the first day of the Olympics, Hitler shook hands with the gold medal winners. And there were a couple Germans, a Finnish kid. And then day 2, an African-American, different one, won the high jump, and Hitler was nowhere to be found, right? And the head of the IOC read him the riot act and said, you got to congratulate all the gold medalists or none. And faced with that, Hitler chose none.
I chose none, yep.
And I'm reading this, and I'm like, I'm so angry. I was like, how could you be such an asshole? And then I caught myself, oh, yeah, it's Hitler.
Yeah.
It is Hitler.
He was an asshole.
Kostaki, I got to be honest with you. I'm getting really, really sick, and I don't care. Well, this time around, it's Donald Trump. Now he's a Nazi.
Oh, right.
Do these people know how horrible that sounds? What the Nazis actually did to this world?
Yeah,
how
right.
horrendous it was?
Yeah, you got to be careful with the words that you use. I agree with you. Right. And the other side, too. But they're kind of like almost talking point words that sort of get into the conversations that really don't mean what they mean, you know?
Yeah.
You hear Marxist and communist and fascist and right. So later, when Jesse Owens was a grown-up, they asked him if he felt snubbed by Hitler. And he said he felt more snubbed by Franklin Roosevelt, who was the American president at the time.
Really?
Who invited the white Olympic gold medalist to the White House, but not him. Oh. I know, right? It makes your stomach hurt.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long. It was like one old man's life ago.
Wow.
Yep.
My dad was born in 1937. It was the same. I mean, it's unbelievable. So 1976, President Ford gave Owens the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the nation's highest civil honor. But though it took 40 years.
But I do have a question for you, because I did balance the scales. I did everything I possibly could, because I had a black friend whose mother and father would not let me into their house.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So
right.
I kind of balanced the scales. For
Well,
you.
that's good. That's good of you. Yeah.
It didn't even bother me in the least. Matter of fact, I kind of understood. It's like, you're not going through the best period. No question
that's
about
true.
it. We're talking, it was right in the middle of the riots back in, was it
60s.
67?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I think it was around 66, 67, something like that. So I was like 14, 15 years old, and I went, I understand.
You know, it just dawned on me. The Falcons must have done really badly since we're opting to talk about Hitler and race relations rather than how our own teams did.
That is a
That
good
was a tough
point.
game.
It
It was a
is.
tough game, yeah. Instead, I read AI reports of what happened in 1936.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So my brother and I, my brother turns 50. He's a cancer survivor. He got a bone marrow transplant, and it literally saved his life. And at the time, there were 16 million people who had registered to donate their marrow if they were a match. On the earth, a lot of them are Germans, and my brother only matched 2 people out of 16 million.
Wow.
Yeah, and Jurgen sent his marrow across the ocean and saved my brother's life. And we're going to meet up with Jurgen in Berlin and his wife and go see the Falcons game together.
Okay, so you don't
Cool.
have to be dead to donate marrow.
No, marrow you can donate
No.
all you want.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's not pleasant, but it is
No,
important.
that needle. Look up after the show. Google bone marrow biopsy needle. And it
In
has
your
to go.
bones?
And it's
That's
not like
gotta
a
hurt.
special, like a thing that they do. They go just right through your skin, into your bone, through the bone, into the marrow. Yeah, it's one of the least pleasant things I think that, like one
But
of the least pleasant medical things that you can undergo.
Yeah, and Jurgen did that for my brother, and he never met him, of course.
That's
It was
amazing.
anonymous at the time. And it's like, they'd have a system that's almost like speed dating, where if both parties circle the thing, then they introduce you to each other after the fact.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they've become buddies, and they have these sort of parallel lives. You know, they both have 2 kids and are like big soccer nerds, and they're kind of middle class, like, you know, regular folks. It's such a fascinating, you know. So
great.
I've never met Jurgen. I can't wait to. I'm going to cry that day for sure.
So I'm assuming he speaks English.
Oh, very well. Yeah, most Germans do. Right.
How long ago was this, Kostaki, that your brother had the bone marrow transplant?
Oh, it's been about a decade now.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And he's completely cancer-free. It totally saved his life.
They're
Yeah.
great.
That is amazing.
And all right, here's another fun fact, as long as we're avoiding the Falcons and Vikings.
And the Vikings.
My brother had one of those like 23andMe genetic tests after the procedure. This is true. You ready for this? All of his ancestry is German now.
All of it.
It changes your blood.
Because of the marrow?
It changes your DNA.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not, you're not getting blood. You're getting the human machinery that makes blood. And
Yep.
sometimes the recipient winds up with like the allergies of the donor. There's all these weird like connections to
It's so crazy.
I know, it is mind-boggling. Right?
So I'm assuming he had leukemia.
Yeah, he had leukemia, the worst possible strain. He was definitely not going to
So
survive.
in that case, what they do is they'll nuke all of your bone marrow because it's all messed up. So they get rid of it and they replace it all with this donor marrow. So all of your bone marrow is exogenous at this point.
Right.
So all of your red blood cells
Fresh and new.
are genetically not technically yours.
yeah,
Very
it's
interesting thing.
It's an astounding achievement of human ingenuity that it's even possible to do this. And of course, it doesn't always work, and they're still developing. And,
Right.
My brother was kind of a dream candidate because he was in his 30s, and he was in really good shape and totally motivated and did everything that they asked him to. Every pill, every beat of everything. It's a pretty cool story.
Margaret, are you talking about Tyson? I'm guessing Tyson Schnittker. We had a guy
yeah,
on about a month who had a double lung transplant.
Oh, right. Yeah, we've
Oh,
had him
wow.
on a couple times.
Talk about medical feats.
Wow, that is amazing.
The fact you can take out someone's lungs and
Yes.
put new lungs into them and have it work is just like
Yeah.
200 years ago, it would have been science fiction.
Oh,
Right.
sure. Yeah, 100 years ago, 20
Even
years ago.
100 years ago, it would have been like, can we do this? Should we do this? Is this playing God?
Right.
And now it's like, just put new lungs in them. No big deal.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's a wonderful story. There's no question about that. I got to say this because it's sticking in my head every time you talk about, maybe gambling on a game or watching a game or what. Every time you mention like your name or somebody else's name in your family, in my head immediately, in southern Florida, you hear it about 50 times a day on television. Good Greek moving and storage.
Oh, God. They're everywhere.
They are everywhere.
The good Greek trucks are everywhere.
I'm not even
never
aware
heard
of
of that.
these.
I think of you every time I hear that jingle. I go, "Oh God, Kostaki, that's right." It's unbelievable.
You should start
funny.
your own franchise out there. I mean, there's a lot of people moving in and out of
Yeah,
Southern California.
That's a
all the
catchy
time.
tune, Tom.
It is.
When I lived in Florida, there was a company that was called Manatee Pest Control, and I had a
Oh,
whole
yeah.
bit about it. I was like, wow, these pests are getting really big around here.
yes.
I came into the kitchen and turned on the lights, and manatees went crawling everywhere. We got to get rid of these manatees.
I don't doubt it. It's probably true, but also that's good news. You're delivering. See, it's nice. You do a show and then you deliver good news, at least to one family, and a lot of people listening are happy about it. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marrow transplants. Good things.
I think he
stuff.
froze.
Did you freeze or are you just very still?
I think he froze.
I
You're
think he
frozen.
froze. Oh, there he is.
Whoa. I think you-
Whoa, your internet's not doing great. Yeah, that's not good.
Problem in a couple of years.
Oh, there we
Oh,
go.
there he is. You're
you can
back.
understand
You're
you
back,
again.
baby.
That was interesting.
How about now?
You're
Yes.
good.
It sounded like someone was dropping pebbles onto a trampoline.
It was interesting.
That doesn't
It
sound
all
good.
works out. All right,
Well,
any
let's make fun
closing
of the-
statements, sir?
Yeah, let's do this joke because this is the over the next 5 years there's going to be 3 regular season NFL games in Rio de Janeiro.
Oh, God.
Notre Dame, as you know, has touchdown Jesus, right? And Rio, up on the hill there, they've got incomplete pass Jesus.
Go see incomplete pass. You're absolutely right. Right there.
Christ the Redeemer. That's a great name for a statue.
Boy, that ought to
Pretty
be a
dramatic.
game.
I was just looking it up to make
Who's
the meme.
praying the
win.
hardest is going to win.
You know what you just put in my head probably for the next 3-4 days, but you got 1 minute left and I got to put up with it for the rest of my life.
What's that?
Just talking about football, and you were talking about, what's the slogan again?
What's the
You
slogan?
What?
You just mentioned this saying or whatever.
Oh,
What was that again?
Christ the Redeemer.
Christ the Redeemer.
Oh.
Yes, exactly.
Logan.
Well, it's kind of a slogan. Is it a slogan or is it just something
The
to
name of the
say?
statue.
It's the name of that
I don't
beautiful
know if it's a
statue that's up on the
slogan.
top of Rio with the mountains and the water. You
That's
see
that
these
one.
Yeah, the
iconic
big one.
photos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
The
cool.
giant
So,
one.
Cristo Redemptor, I think.
Never mind. Kathryn said he's not. I can't reference him that way.
I don't know what's happening in your brain right now.
I don't
Something,
either.
know
Your brain
either.
is doing something.
All right, Kostaki's got to go. We've held him too long once again. Typical
Yeah,
of
you guys
us.
are great. Hopefully our teams will win and we don't have to talk about Hitler next week.
Next up, Pol Pot. Not a nice man.
Not a nice man. Well, you're right. Not a nice man. 100% correct. No question about it. All right,
guys.
we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Thanks a lot. We'll take a break. Be right back. Kristyn Burtt will join us right after this. From Bradshaw and Bryant, Michael Bryant. What's up, Allie?
Oh, not much. Doing my usual thing of telling people they shouldn't be texting and driving. In Minnesota, you can't have your phone in your hands. You can use, hands free, but you can't have your phone in your hands for whatever reason. And that's why they made the law the way they did, so that police officers could see a phone in your hand and you got no excuse for why you got it there.
Do people know that that's the law?
I hope so. I mean, they used to follow it, and then kind of COVID kind of made people forget. And now it's like a freewheeling world out there with cell phones.
Let's say you get pulled over because you do have a phone in your hand and you're not watching where you're going. You got to be in pretty big trouble then, I would guess.
Well, the first one's not as bad. It's the multiple ones, the problem. And once people start stacking them up, then they have a big problem. And then what we're doing in car accidents is we've started bringing motions for punitive damages, because I'm trying to use the civil law any way we can to stop this, because it needs to stop.
Whenever I'd had any problems in my life, who was that I called again? It was like an MB, something like that.
Bradshaw and Bryant.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you about my bank. That'd be North American Banking Company. When it comes to banking, it's all about trust, and that's what you get with them. They've been around since 1998, and they've always made it clear they're here to give you a better banking experience with a focus on the local community. And you won't be dealing with some AI chatbot either. You'll get straight answers and quick decisions from real people that know you and your situation and are always ready to help. So, if you're tired of the big national banks and want something better, stop by and see my friends at North American Banking Company. Visit nabankco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
This is called Pyro Pulse.
Pyro Pulse. Oh, we don't have Kristyn yet?
Yes, we do. Her camera's not on. I'm giving her
Oh,
time
she
to...
hasn't turned her
I
camera
feel like
on.
we should do some sort of
There we go.
holiday themed thing for the poor couch. The poor empty couch needs a little decor or
Yeah,
something.
look at that.
Well,
It
we're
looks a
going to
little
have
sad.
someone in about 10 minutes. That's why I don't have it pulled in on me.
Oh,
I didn't want to adjust the camera mid-show, but it does. Yeah, it's we could do something.
we could
At
do
least the
something
pillows
different.
are fixed today.
We could
Yeah.
do cardboard cutouts of us.
Cardboard
Wait.
cutouts. Magnificent. Ladies and gentlemen, Kristyn Burtt, entertainment news brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabankco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Also reading the last line of this, Kristyn has agreed not to bring up the NFL at all on the show for quite some time.
Yes.
Don't worry about
Contract
that.
At this point.
I'm like, the only thing I have to offer is like what's happening at halftime show, Taylor Swift's boyfriends. But
Yeah,
yeah, that's,
you know.
Are they
I don't
still
have anything to
together?
offer. They're engaged.
Oh, are they really? I
Yes.
thought they'd have fallen apart by now.
No, they're going to
No.
get married.
Well, that's
They're
good.
getting lots of attention right now. They're not going to screw that up
Glad
Nope.
to hear it.
They both like the spotlight.
No.
a great deal.
Yes.
No, are you sure?
Shocking.
What the hell?
She's got
Whatever.
records to sell. She
Yes.
doesn't have enough billions.
And he has vaccinations to sell.
Vaccinations.
Yeah, he was on a vaccination.
He did a Pfizer commercial like 3 years
People
ago.
are really mad about it because he mate, I don't know, tens of millions of dollars to do it. And it's like,
Make your own decision about your own health. I mean, I don't think
Yeah.
does an NFL player make your decision about your
No.
vaccine
Maybe
anyway?
for some people. I mean,
Seems crazy.
it does seem crazy, but
Actually, I'm a huge football and baseball fan. Not so much basketball and hockey. Baseball, all the rest of it. Yeah, there's some guys on those teams. I don't know. I'd probably say that stuff to them. That's a good thing, isn't it? Just badmouth everybody right to them,
right to their face.
right to their face.
yeah,
If they're
you know.
bigger than me, which is about 95% of the population, I say that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you this: it's the National Football League and it's American League Baseball. They're all bigger than me. I mean,
They're big
my
guys.
God, they're big guys.
Yeah. I'm 5'3", so I am always mostly looking up at people.
Yes, I understand. There's
Yeah.
no question about it. But you would be happy to know that our neighbor is shorter than you, and we love her dearly.
She's a teensy little
A
thing.
petite
She
queen.
she might be like 4'8". She's
Oh.
tiny. I mean,
Does she have,
about this big around too.
Does she have like pedal extenders on her car? Because you can get that if you're under
So maybe
410.
Yes, she
It's
probably
not.
does.
It's not a joke. You can actually get
No.
them. They will do it for you.
Right?
No, she's a wonderful person. She's a lovely person.
Yeah, because you don't want to be too close to the steering wheel
No.
because of
No.
that airbag.
Yep.
Oh,
very
that's
true.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because when it goes off, it is literally it's an explosive in there. So
Yeah.
if your face is by the steering wheel when it goes off, it will
Ooh.
blast your head backwards.
Eek.
You don't want that.
I would not like
Yeah,
that.
it's actually why they tell you now when you learn to drive that you should be at is that 9 and 6?
Not
3
10
and
two,
3 and 9. Yeah.
3 and
Yeah.
9.
Yeah, because you want your arms to go this way.
Yeah.
If they're here,
As
you
opposed to
have
right into your face.
correct.
Oh.
So I've
sense.
actually adjusted, and that actually comes from my days of working when I hosted a show for Toyota. We did training, and they were like, "It's actually here."
Yeah,
Yeah.
a long time ago when YouTube was new, I used to watch this channel called "Is It a Good Idea to Microwave This?" And they would just microwave like random objects to see what happens. And one of the episodes they did was they microwaved an airbag that someone like took out of a junker car. So they put the airbag in the microwave, they hit the button, and then they'd like run behind like this like blast shield thing that they have just
Right,
in case.
right.
There's a lot of things you microwave and they explode. It was like maybe 3 seconds after the microwave turned on that it literally like you might as well have put dynamite into that microwave. Shattered the
Jeez.
entire thing. If they had been in the room, they could have been killed because of that explosive charge in there.
Sure.
Wow.
Yikes.
Yeah, so it's not like a nice little gentle inflation of the airbag. It's it
Yeah,
has
if
to
you're-
inflate in a split second, and it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds
So-
scary. I agree,
Adjust
Donnell.
to 3 to 9, guys.
3 and 9.
This is
3
your
to 9.
public
That's
service
good.
announcement for today.
Yep. I was like, "Could your arms go this way instead
It
of
works
this
out
way?"
in the end.
Yeah.
Or just
think
wear
it's a
a
good plan.
motorcycle helmet in your car.
We were watching something, and this commercial comes on for this. What was it? It's a lighter that is so powerful that they're forcing them to reduce the power.
Oh,
They were
God.
melting cans, like soda
Oh, yeah,
cans,
yeah,
with
right.
this lighter.
That
Yeah.
doesn't
And
seem like
saying-
a good idea.
And they're saying, "Oh well, the U.S. government's making us calm it down because it's just too powerful." I'm like, who would want that thing in your house? It doesn't run on butane. It doesn't run on
It's got to be like a
batteries.
acetylene at that point.
It's the most crazy thing. The way they were just, I mean,
Why do you need to be melting cans to begin with?
and the flame was like this,
It
like
was.
almost a foot.
Yep.
Yeah,
what
that's,
I'm more
that's
worried
not the acetylene torch is what you're describing.
I don't know, but it
Yep.
was like, yeah, I think that the government maybe should make you.
Or how
that
about
less
lithium ion
powerful.
batteries on airplanes? Because if I see another lithium ion battery explode in the cabin,
Yeah.
there are so many airplane fires. They say that they are up.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lithium ion batteries. In fact, Southwest, because I just traveled them to Vegas, they are telling you that you have to have your lithium ion batteries, if you have like a power bank, needs to be in your sight. So like out of your bag in your sight is what they're asking, because in the overhead compartments, they are now exploding.
really?
And it's why you're not allowed to put them in your checked baggage, which I'm sure plenty of people do, but they're
sure
not
they
supposed to be
do.
there.
Yeah, power banks are well, there's a lot of power in those things, and a lot of them are very, very cheaply made.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, it's probably going to take, unfortunately, a disaster for them to actually say, hey, you know what? You can't
Yeah.
bring in these power banks on board.
Yep.
You're absolutely right. It's going to take a disaster. Why does it always have to take a disaster?
Because
I don't
people
know.
say, I carried my power bank with me for 10 years and it never did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't. I just actually looked at one of my power banks because I was going to bring it to a red carpet that I was doing the other day, and I looked and it was swollen, and I was like, okay, we're taking this one out of the house. So we have a recycling bag for all of electronics and things because we have a recycling center. I told Bill, I was like, this goes out of the house. I do not want this here anymore because that does not make me feel safe with a swollen power bank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It does,
I
doesn't it?
saw a video of a guy on an elevator. He was holding a power bank, and it was like a big power bank, like this big. And he was in an elevator, and it exploded.
Oh God.
He did not make it.
Yeah, I was going to
What?
say
No,
that.
these things are like, if they go off just the right way, they're incendiary devices.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like maybe they should be inventing some sort of a container for them.
Well, they have them. The problem is you never know if some idiot is like throwing it around and hitting it with a hammer
Right.
before they get on a plane because
Right.
people are dumb and they don't know what they have.
It's also why we've seen electric vehicle batteries, like I'm talking about like charging in your home. If you don't have like the right adapter, the right plugs, homes will go up in flames. And in fact, we saw a lot of that happen during the LA fires.
Yeah.
Oh, because
Yeah.
it got so hot.
So hot. Yep.
Yeah, I also saw a video, and a lighter video in the same vein, of a dog chewing on a power bank.
No.
This dog, there's this USB power bank, and this dog gets a hold of it, and it just like starts chewing it, and it pierces it, and it starts going, and the dog just runs upstairs like, I'm out of here.
There were two dogs too. There was like a little dog that was like, it's not me, because the parents had the pet parents had a pet cam, and they were able to get home in enough time and put it out.
Oh
Yep.
my God.
Yeah,
So
all it
just
takes is a
remember-
little puncture.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would just say, like, if you have things like a lithium ion vacuum cleaner, any of those things, probably shouldn't leave them plugged in when you leave your house.
Yeah.
So I've actually gotten a little bit more cautious about that and unplugging things.
It is very, very true.
One more thing to worry about.
I know.
Jeez Louise.
Well,
Happy
I do
Tuesday.
worry about that a lot, but if it makes you feel better, I mean, think about how many lithium-ion batteries are in the average house these days. There's got to be
tons of
like
them.
10 of them in every single house in America,
Yeah.
and yet house fires seem to be rarer than they've ever been.
Except in
So,
LA.
Well,
Yeah. There you
that's
go.
a different kind of house fire, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
but
mean,
there's a reason why Apple, though, says do not plug in your phone overnight with the high-speed chargers and then put your phone on the actual bed sheets. They're like, put it on a nightstand or someplace cooler
it'll
because
get
the
hot.
sheets.
Cool off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
can get really hot when they're charging.
they sure can.
Certain chargers, yeah, it really makes them hot. I know when I use the, I don't know what it's called, when you just lay it on something and it charges.
Wireless charger? Yeah.
I think they call it something in a car. Anyway, they get really hot on that pad.
Yeah.
Like a charging
that's
pad,
very
yeah.
They do.
Yeah, it's a much less efficient way to charge it, so a lot of it gets lost as heat. So,
Oh,
yep.
that doesn't make me feel good.
Yep. Your PSA for today.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to go out like after the show and like unplug everything
Yeah,
and check
I
all their
know.
power banks.
Oh, by the way, Andy, did you unplug Dad's car in the garage?
You said you did.
I don't know if I did. Double check that.
Okay.
Please
Please
do.
double check that.
You told me you did, but I will make sure you did after the show.
Please. Thank you.
And take a photo of it so that everyone can confirm
Yeah.
that it is unplugged.
Photographic evidence that I
I do that with
ours
my
not
curling
plugged in.
iron because I have one curling iron that does not have that automatic shut off. And I love it because it's like high heat, but I start to panic if I don't start taking photos of like, yes, you did unplug it before you left the house.
Yeah.
It's understandable.
It is.
Have you ever watched, this is for both Andy and Kristyn, have you ever watched any Scots television?
Scottish?
No, not
television.
that I'm.
Oh, we were
yeah,
talking about that
Scott's like-
yesterday with the
Yeah.
subtitles.
Uh-oh, rough,
who's that
rough.
now?
Sorry. Looks like
Here's
I
mad.
have to go find out.
I'm going to go yell at somebody because I'm tough.
Hey,
How
Jude.
tiny. He thinks he's such a tough
I
guy.
know, but
he's
Jude is so
small.
cute. Jude has main character energy.
He's a very
he's-
sweet dog, too.
Certainly does right now. Jeez.
Good,
bark,
thank
bark.
God. Close that
Bark.
door up tight.
Mark. There we go.
Thank you very much. But yeah, we watched an episode or two of that, and it's, what's it called again? It's called, the Scottish drama. I can't remember the name of it. I'll figure it out. Kathryn will know when she gets back in any case. But yeah, I got to be honest with you, watching stuff from England, from Scotland, from all these other countries, a lot of Canadian television, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
It's really great watching that stuff because you see how different cultures approach different things.
Yeah, global entertainment's great. You know, when we
is.
have that ability on streaming, whether it's Netflix or whether it's something like Acorn, BBC America, it's really great to be able to experience other cultures' entertainment because sometimes it's a different sense of humor. Sometimes they just, obviously, the British too, where they do like 4 or 5 episodes, 90 minutes, done. That's it. That's the end of the series.
Right.
They tell stories differently than we do here in the U.S. The one thing I have to tell you I'm looking forward to is the Netflix documentary that will turn into a scripted series for the Louvre jewelry heist. The one that happened
really?
yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
You know people are scrambling right now to
yeah.
make the documentary and watch this play out in real time, and I think it's going to be a good one.
Did either of you or Kathryn, while you're sitting down, have you heard of the value of this jewelry or these?
Wasn't it like 37 million or something?
They're calling it priceless is because
Well,
it's,
yeah.
it's
I can
that
see that.
valuable that they just, it's irreplaceable is what it is.
Oh, absolutely. They're either out of the country, chopped up already, or there was somebody that paid for them to steal them. I mean, this is from Napoleon and Josephine.
And
Yeah.
there's
only-
the emerald neck, or I think there was like a blue like sapphire necklace is
Yes.
stunning.
Absolutely.
There's only 2 things you can do with that sort of thing. Is you can either bring it to your house and put it in a little vault and never let anyone look at it ever again,
Yep.
which a lot of people do actually do. Like
Yep.
they'll hire people to steal these things and they'll just have like the special viewing room and only their friends can see it and that sort of thing, because you can't,
Really?
if anyone ever knew that you had this, it would be a real problem for you.
Oh,
You'd be
yeah.
killed.
Oh,
Yeah. So you got it, and it's basically just like the knowledge that you have it, and that's what you like about
Yeah,
that.
that private
Or
collector type person.
you take out all the jewels, you melt it all down.
Yep.
A lot of the jewels will be unsellable if they were etched in any way, because a lot of these jewels, like their characteristics are known. It's like the exact size and shape, and
yeah,
it's like if
sure.
you bring them to any sort of like a jewel, buyer, whatever they call them, they'll be like, "Oh, I know that this is stolen, and I'm now going to, have you put in prison forever."
Right.
So a lot of it is actually like you'll steal something that's worth $100 million, and you'll get like $1 million for it,
That's about
because
it.
you have to throw away a lot of it, melt it all down. A lot of
Well,
these gems you just have to
I
destroy.
personally think it went to some gazillionaires
It did, I'm
private
sure.
collection is
Absolutely.
my thought.
You
It
have to
was
be insane to melt down something like that, because that
And-
just
too coordinated. 9:30 in the morning, using
Yeah.
an like a motorized lift. I mean, it's
Yep.
unbelievable that this was done right before everyone's eyes. That security was there. It's an inside job somehow, and
2 doors down from a precinct.
right, exactly. And anyone who's been to the Louvre, it is packed. It is packed when you go
10
there.
million visitors a year.
I just
Wow.
remember when I went to the Louvre, I was like, these are my like 5 things that I want to see. And I just went boom, 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 boom. Because it was just trying to like navigate your way through. I mean, you could spend years going through the Louvre and not see all the
I've
collections.
spent a lot of time in the Louvre, and I went down into areas that, I mean, nobody's down there. Beautiful, beautiful statues, all of this stuff, just sitting in sort of like a darker hallway because it's not, a priority for people to see it. It's still very old and very valuable. France just they had another heist, I think a year or two ago, from another museum, and it was huge diamonds. Huge diamonds and gold nuggets. Somebody just made off with those. Apparently, there was a really good display case for these jewels, and they replaced it with something more modern looking.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. And that's part of the problem. I mean, it's just amazing. A chainsaw, a crane.
It's incredible. And, I also think this is a reminder that I believe it was 2016, Kim Kardashian was the victim of a major jewel heist in Paris
Oh,
while
that's
she was there for
right, yeah.
Paris Fashion Week. And I mean, she was tied up. And a lot of people were like, this is a PR stunt. It was not a PR stunt. And she was, you can say what you want about Kim Kardashian, but if you are a woman in a hotel room alone and a bunch of men come into
Yeah.
your hotel room and
Terrifying.
you're sleeping and you're in your underwear, you think the worst is about to happen. And
Yes.
thank goodness she was okay in terms of physically. I'm sure mentally there was a lot of trauma to unpack, but they eventually caught all of the thieves. And I think some of the jewelry was retrieved and others, who knows where it wound up. But it probably was a lesson for her in not flashing all of your really expensive jewelry.
Yeah.
I tell you, women who are like, I'm engaged, and then they hold up like their really big honking diamond, I think people should stop doing that.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
just my opinion, but
There's
That's one reason I think lottery winners shouldn't be public, because it just makes you a
I
target.
agree.
You should never.
In California, you
It
have
has
to
to
go.
be in. Yeah. Some places it's literally like if you win, you are on a public registry and everyone knows it.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
you've
that's
seen-
really dangerous.
You've seen the people accepting their checks in a gorilla suit.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I would do that.
Oh yeah, I
do
would
that.
totally wear some sort of mask.
But there's a place in Palm Beach, because obviously there's a lot of very wealthy people on Palm Beach Island, and they make copies of your fancy jewelry. And it's all, it's fake.
Yes.
So you can travel with it.
Yeah.
And people don't know the difference because they think, and so if somebody steals it, I'm sure it costs a fortune to have somebody replicate your jewels, but it's not going to be the real thing.
That's a good way to do it if you want to travel with jewelry. Just one thing on the lotto I just was thinking of. We had a very big winner here, Edwin Castro, and he won. Now I want to say probably about 5-6 years ago. And he has gone into the Eaton area where the Eaton fire was, Altadena, and he is buying up lots for people to come back who can't afford to rebuild. He's going to rebuild their homes.
Right.
So
And he's
nice.
actually doing something good with his winnings, and he's done a lot with real estate. He was this young guy, and people are like, "Why is he buying up all this real estate?" But he's been very smart about it, and now it's going for good. So
Margaret says Minnesota just changed the law. You can be anonymous now getting your winnings. So, hey,
California
yay,
needs to do that.
Minnesota.
Oh, absolutely. You would not want anybody to know anything.
No, that would be horrible. All of a sudden, you gain 3,000 new cousins that you forgot
And with
about.
home invasions at an all-time high across the U.S. Especially if you're wealthy, we're seeing people just you're an NFL player, you're playing out of town, your house oftentimes is
yeah.
getting invaded.
My niece, who is not a very, super wealthy person or famous, they were on vacation and somebody came in and took like everything. They took her makeup. They took everything.
You can't tell people you're out of town anymore. Like people do this, like, look at me
No.
on vacation. Nope. You come back and you post your vacation photos.
Right.
Yeah,
Very good advice.
Yep.
everything's
Okay.
real time now.
Yeah.
Kristyn does have to get going, so I'm going to set up a little play to exit here, okay?
Play.
So we'll be the 4 people that broke into the Louvre, okay? The 4 of us. And then we're all on the way home. So we've gotten away, we got all the jewelry. And I am the one that has to go, oh, I dropped one of the crowns in the street.
And they dropped a passport.
And the passport.
Somebody left a passport and a broken crown.
I bet it's a fake passport, though, right?
Yeah,
Probably.
that sounds
Probably.
like that sounds exactly like the kind
But
of
they-
red herring that would be just like
But
a
they dropped a
no-brainer.
crown. That's.
Did you guys give me a
bushy.
boost and then I jumped in?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you're so little, nobody'd notice.
I wonder how.
I'm pretty
Cat
nimble. I can
burglar.
like jump everywhere.
There were what, 10 pieces stolen, correct? Total? 10,
I don't
pieces,
know.
I think. And then how much is it worth?
I
don't
was
even
told
know.
priceless. Yeah, I had a friend a producer friend on the East Coast, and he was like, "Do you have any like jewelry expert friends?" I'm like, "I actually do." So I was like, "I'm sure
Oh.
he'd be happy to talk about it." So I think he went on their show yesterday to talk about all the jewels and what that means for the Louvre.
Or that wouldn't be a bad
Because like you can
idea.
talk about like there's value means different things, but yeah, priceless is, it's one of a kind, it's history,
Right.
it can't be replaced. Like there's no amount of money that can replace this thing. But
Yeah,
there's
if you
also
guys-
the amount of money they could get at like a fence, which I mean, we're probably talking tens of millions of dollars
That's crazy.
if
Yeah, I
they
was gonna-
wanted to.
It's so much money, and I was going to say, if you guys want to talk to him, Charles Winston, he's the nephew of Harry Winston. So yeah, it might be
yeah.
kind of
Yeah, I'd love to
interesting.
talk to him.
Yeah. Andy,
That'd
I'll
be
send
fun.
you his contact info because I think he'd probably be. He's a colorful character too. You would love him.
That sounds great.
There you have
And
it.
France is just they're all fighting about whose fault this is and why it
yeah.
happened and who's got to get fired. And I did not know that France is so broke that they don't have money to secure the
Everyone's
Right.
broke. Every country is broke. Somehow.
You mean you can't just give cash away by the barrel full to
Yeah.
people who do nothing?
Well, you would just think with all the technology that we have today, that it would be
You'd think.
pretty easy to set up a really good security system. Apparently, they're bringing in the Israelis to try to figure out who stole this jewelry because apparently they are fantastic for obvious reasons about surveillance and
Yeah.
finding
Right,
out who did
right.
what. Yeah, they're very good at that stuff.
Like I said, we're predicting the Netflix documentary now, and then maybe
Yeah.
like a Ryan Murphy scripted
Yeah.
series after. So I think that'll be the big one. And tomorrow, you guys, let's talk about Prince Andrew, Jeffrey Epstein, and Virginia Giuffre's new book because that is a massive mess.
Oh,
Is it a huge mess?
It's a massive mess, and I'm
So-
curious to see if this will unfold to taking other people down.
Well, I'm wondering about Donald Trump because they constantly bring him up when that pops up.
we'll
There's
see.
a lot of wishful thinking out there too, though.
Yeah, probably true.
Yeah, I think it will. I don't necessarily think it would take Donald Trump down. He is in that. He's definitely in that web of everything. Bill Clinton is too. Alan Dershowitz is. But there are some other, I would say, secondary political figures that probably
Right.
will get taken down before any of the A-listers, as we all say here in Hollywood.
A-list
A-list politicians.
Lovely phrase.
Kristyn, you're the best. We appreciate your extra time today.
No problem. It's my day off after 24 days
That's
of working
true.
nonstop.
Are you going to take a nap?
Well, we'll just stick around then for the next 40 minutes.
Taking a nap. I can't wait to take a nap. You guys, seriously, like I am gonna sleep.
Take your nap and we'll talk to you
yes.
tomorrow.
Yes, and Andy, I'll send you Charles' information.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
help.
Bye.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.
Kristyn Burtt Entertainment News brought to you by North American Banking Company. Go to nabanco.com to learn more. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes. Our guest hasn't arrived yet, Andy?
I think she's out there, but I was waiting for a break.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we'll take a break and be right back.
All right.
Why should your business bank with North American Banking Company? Here's Pete Wolf, owner of Robinson Rubber of Robbinsdale.
I partnered with North American Banking Company because I was able to talk to the president, and I know they have my back. They are much easier to talk to than those larger banks. The openness and flexibility has been the best part of banking with North American Banking Company. They understand small to medium businesses. No matter what part of the bank I am working with, North American Banking Company has the latest technology and friendly staff. I would absolutely recommend North American Banking Company to any of my closest colleagues if they want to have peace of mind in their business.
So why not bank where I bank with my friends at North American Banking Company? To learn more about North American Banking Company, go to nabanco.com. That's nabanco.com, or do what I do and stop by any one of their 6 Twin Cities locations. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Jack's because we all love it. Let's be honest, we all love it. Family owned since 1933 in historic Northeast Minneapolis, serving steaks, Prime rib, chops, fresh fish, and seafood to generations of Minnesotans, including Kathryn and me. The holiday season is just around the corner, and there's no better time to celebrate at Jack's than during the holidays. Private company parties, family traditional dinners, dinner old friends, or even a date night after shopping. Jack's is extra special, you know that. Just before Thanksgiving, all the holiday lights and decorations will be in place and ready for your dining experience. Don't forget the special events coming up. Jack's annual Hunter's Dinner, that's on November 4th. We talked about that a lot. That's a great dinner. They have Thanksgiving dinner, breakfast with Santa on December 6th, 13th, and 20th. Holiday buffet brunch on December 21. New Year's Eve and New Year's Day celebrations. They got all kinds of stuff going now till the end of the year. Matter of fact, they're beginning in a new year. Visit Jack's Cafe for all the latest updates and for making reservations.
This one's called Steel Serenade.
There's trouble right there. She was knocking on our door. I tried to get her to go away, but she wouldn't listen. That was very nice to meet both of you. Now, who was that with you on that day?
So my friend Mary was with me that day. When
Oh, it's your friend Mary. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And ladies and gentlemen, well, you would
is
be
this?
a neighbor.
We should probably.
No, that's what I was going to do. I didn't need anybody interrupting. You know. No, but I just wanted to bring up the fact that that we had a really nice conversation at the door. Ellen Cousins. And are you related to all the other Cousinses?
Kirk Cousins?
We're all cousins, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're all cousins, so you should be related. No question about it. Ellen Cousins knocked on the door, but it was a week and a half ago, something like that.
Yes. Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
Right before you, yes.
Right before you.
It was like the day you left, I think.
Yeah, it was either
Well,
the
it might
day or
have
the
been.
day before. Yes, it was fortuitous timing, let's just say.
So how did this all get started? First of all, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Kansas City area.
Oh, okay. And then you came to the Minneapolis-St. Paul area for college or something?
Actually, fresh out of college, I was recruited to work at Finger Hut. Do you remember Finger Hut?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I had a roommate that worked at Finger Hut. Kathy no. Shoot, now I can't think of her. Yeah, Kathy Glendy. Do you know?
Oh,
do you know her?
Glendy, of course.
Glendy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I did. That name sounds familiar. So
See?
we were a tight group back in the day. We had a lot of fun.
So, Ellen, the good thing right now to talk about is you're running for which office now?
I am running to be your next Minnetonka mayor.
The mayor of Minnetonka. So now where we live is not actually in Minnetonka, so you wouldn't be our mayor anyway?
Where you live is actually Minnetonka.
Because they keep telling us our mailing address is Wyzetta.
I know, it's all over
I
the
know,
place.
it's so confusing, right?
It's very confusing.
Yeah, we love it, by the way.
So you pay taxes in Minnetonka and you vote in Minnetonka.
Oh, okay. And I
So,
also, I also go to all of the restaurants in Minnetonka because that corner has some of the great restaurants. I mean, just go from Spazo to Snuffy's to, go all the way. And Lake Winds is magnificent.
I
always
agree.
love that place. But yeah, you got, nautical bowls? That's what Seiji loves.
Oh
so
boy,
much.
does he love a nautical bowl.
He loves his nautical bowls. A lot of really nice people. I will tell you this, honest to God, Helen. Pretty much everyone I've met, and we moved there, about a month ago now?
4 months? 3
It's been
months.
3, 4
Was it that
months
long?
already? My
No.
God.
I guess because in early August is when this whole setup went live. So I guess it was 3 months ago.
I
Wow.
suppose it was that long ago, but so I just want to start the whole thing off before we get into other things with Ellen. That we love living where we live. We just absolutely love it there. Everybody, all of our neighbors are very, very nice. It's a really nice area. No
Well,
question.
that's Minnetonka, right? Minnetonka is full of great little neighborhoods and beautiful people and friendly people. So
That's how it should be. Now, when did you decide you maybe would like to try, not that you don't like what's going on, but maybe you'd like to try another way or something? What drove you to run for the mayor of Minnetonka?
Well, it is an open seat, so it's an opportunity, right? And it's an opportunity to bring a fresh perspective to the council. We're our neighbors are being faced with record tax increases and
Yep.
change and yes, and changes, to our zoning, and we have, just a lot of things that are happening in Minnetonka, and I want to be at the table when these decisions are being made, and I want to be able to make sure that our residents are being listened to while
See, that's wonderful
decisions
to
are being
hear.
made.
Oh, when did that start? Politicians listening to the residents. I don't remember that ever happening in
Yeah,
my
what?
lifetime.
What are you talking
Right.
about?
Right. Well, that's my goal.
Okay.
I would guess in Minnetonka, and I don't know for sure, but I would guess in Minnetonka we don't have a lot of the rough and tumble stuff that most mayors have to deal with. I mean, bar fights every night and all the rest of it. That doesn't happen all that often in Minnetonka, does it?
No, not bar fights, thankfully. So
Well,
I don't know if politicians can get rid of bar fights anyway.
well, no, they can, but you don't have to deal with them if you're the mayor of Minnetonka. So that's good.
Right. That is one thing that we can take off our list. I hope forever.
Yes.
Yeah, that'd be good. Ellen, I didn't even ask you if you're a Democrat, Republican, if you're independent, whatever the situation is. I am sick to death of the battle between these two parties. Are you ever going to be happy? Is anything going to be okay with you ever? I mean, to call people Nazis because they disagree with you politically, that's a bit out there.
It is a bit out there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Nazi's a little extreme to be calling somebody. It's like,
Especially,
what?
yes. Mm-hmm. Yes,
So
I agree.
We're gonna get rid
I think
of
that the rhetoric needs to be calmed down.
Yep, I agree 100%. What sets you off, and how long ago did it set you off? Say, you know what, I don't like that part of it. I think I'd like to run for mayor. What set it off?
Well, so we have been aware of things changing in Minnetonka for quite a while, and we have a small group that's called Wake Up Minnetonka, and it is about letting Minnetonka residents know that our city has some changes going on that they may or may not agree with, and it's more of awareness, right? Being aware of what's happening in Minnetonka. And so, like I said, when the mayor's seat came open, we thought it was a great opportunity for me to step in and run and win to be your next mayor, right?
What are some of the things that you think that everybody should be aware of that they're not aware of?
Well, let's see. Out of control spending. We have, I don't know how many people have visited our Ridgedale Commons Park, but that park was $8.5 million in the making and way over budget. And these are things that happen again and again with going over budget, spending money on wants, not needs, kind of not staying in your lane, right? We want our city to stay in our lane. We're responsible for your streets, for your parks, for safety in the neighborhoods, community safety. That's what cities do. Counties and states have, they have other obligations, but the city really has those three obligations.
How about schools?
Schools are school district. We need to make sure our job for schools is to make sure our kids arrive safely. In other words, they have good infrastructure if they need to walk, and make sure that we have children in the neighborhoods, right? Because we want to make sure that we are attractive to young families and keeping our communities vibrant. And so we have a diverse population. But the school district is really the one that is responsible for how the kids are being taught.
Okay. And Minnetonka, for people that aren't from Minnesota that might be listening, it's got some very affluent areas around the lake. I mean, like zillion-dollar houses all over the lake. But they're also very, very middle-class people, for the most part, that live in Minnetonka, I would say.
Yep.
Is that a fair assessment?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. how many, we're not as affluent as people think. Is that what you said?
No, I said that there are a lot of affluent houses around Lake Minnetonka. You know, anything on a waterfront in Minnesota is worth fortunes.
Right.
And they've built massive mansions all over on the lake there. But I said Minnetonka in general has a lot lot of middle class areas.
Yes, very much so.
Okay.
But
we're also close enough to Minneapolis. I mean, we're not that far out.
Right.
And what I see as a problem is if you're like what you were talking about, if the property taxes keep going up and the housing values keep going up so high, then people are just going to move out of Hennepin County. It's not that Minnetonka is sort of like on the edge of Minnetonka. I mean, of Hennepin County. Like Andy behind you there, he moved out to Watertown to get out of Hennepin County, so he didn't have to pay taxes.
We're right across the border from Hennepin.
Right across the border. So I mean, it's like you said. I mean, you're far enough out where we don't have all of the homeless, you know, and all the crime and all of that going on, but we're also close enough where it could creep in.
Well, yes, and I know that most people don't realize that we just put a homeless ordinance in place.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You know, we're closer to Minneapolis than many people think.
Right.
Minnetonka's huge.
You know, I like to think of Minnetonka as being the corridor both to Minneapolis and to Lake Minnetonka, keeping in mind that Lake Minnetonka, the majority of homes are not in Minnetonka. We just have a little sliver of that lakefront.
Right.
In Minnetonka. So, so yes, so we, you know, how Minneapolis goes, Minnetonka, it's easy enough for them, you know, for us to be right on that pathway. 394, people come on 394, they go into Ridgedale, they smash and grab, and they're gone.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
what is the homeless ordinance? Why did we need one?
well, apparently the council thought that we did need one, just in case people decided to start camping out in the parks.
Oh, okay.
And so, and you know, it's interesting because instead of being like an immediate, no, you can't camp out in the parks, they're giving them 3 days, and then they're, you know, it's a little bit looser than I'd like to see it.
Oh, really? That's good news.
I agree, because we're down in Florida, and you see these parks that just have the same. They're not camping here because Florida has very strict rules about it, but they're there all day long. They're doing drugs. They're littering all over the place. You know, they smell. They don't look friendly, and there's no kids playing in those parks.
No, never. There's no one. There's no one at those parks.
Yeah, right.
Nobody's playing there. I mean, so it's like we spend all of this money on parks and recreation, right? Tons of it, but nobody can go and use the parks because there's 5 or 6 gross guys hanging out there all day long.
Right, and that's what we don't want, right? That we
Right.
can't. You know, Minnetonka treasures our parks.
Yes.
And treasures our open spaces, and we must. It's imperative that we have public safety in those parks. So
It is terrific. Why don't we take our final break and then come back, because we're going to hear no more questions. We just want to hear what you think, what you plan to do, and since you're going to be my mayor now, I didn't even know that. Now there's going to be trouble. Ellen Cousins with us, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back right after this. Brian, Michael, what's up?
Dealing with another case where a person gave a statement to the adjuster because they thought the person was really friendly.
Is that a good idea?
Well, the problem is they know the law when they call you up. And while you're trying to be fair and you're trying to get help, the reality is there are questions you get asked that the way you answer them make a big difference. And people put themselves in trouble. And when they aren't in trouble, they didn't do anything wrong, but suddenly the adjuster's got a statement that can blow up their case completely.
What has caused people to be so untrustworthy, I guess is a best way I could put it. They take advantage.
Well, insurance companies have hired adjusters whose job it is to deal with unrepresented people. So they're supposed to kind of lure them in, call them every day, see how they're doing. And people are like, oh, I'm doing pretty good. Where the reality is they've kind of adjusted to their problem that they've got going on. So it's not that they're completely better, but the way they say it gets to be a problem. And that's why having somebody who can explain your rights, represent you, make sure that you understand the law before you give a statement can make a big difference in your case.
Michael Bryant, Bradshaw and Bryant. South Dakota, one of the most business-friendly states in the country, and there's no better place to settle down and take advantage of those incentives than in Sioux Falls. As the state's largest city with a metro population over 290,000, Sioux Falls has low business costs with a high quality of life. There's no state corporate or personal income tax, no inheritance tax, and no limits to what your business can achieve. South Dakota ranks among the top 10 states in the U.S. for tax friendliness, hardest working, healthcare and doctors, most popular to move to, and inbound state movers. You got that right. Listed in the 50 best places to live for families. Very, very important. The fastest growing Midwest metro, one of the best places to raise a family, one of the best small cities for Gen Z workers, and the national fourth top inbound city people move to. How does South Dakota stack up against the other states? Well, we rank second in the nation for the lowest cost of doing business, the most business-friendly state, and the best business tax climate. And as South Dakota's biggest city, Sioux Falls is at the center of these benefits. Visit www.siouxfallsdevelopment.com.
It's Rock Reflections.
Rock
What do you think,
Reflections?
audience? Do we like Rock Reflections?
I don't know, I didn't really hear it.
You can't hear it?
I was busy working.
Well, it's
You know.
playing right now.
Well, I can barely hear that. I literally can barely hear that.
You can?
Yep. Nana, can
Well,
you
Donnell
hear it?
likes
I
it.
heard
so.
it. I thought it sounded nice.
There you go. It's wonderful.
Rock Reflections.
Ellen Cousins in studio, ladies and gentlemen, wants to be the mayor of Minnetonka, Minnesota. So I want to hand it off to you, Ellen. What are the...
I've got 2 questions.
Oh, okay, 2 questions
you-
first, and then...
Have you been involved in any sort of politics before?
I have, yes, definitely. I've run for a state house back in 18, and my first time that I ran for anything was when we launched our daughter in college and found out that once again our ward council member was being unopposed, and so I did a 3-day write-in candidacy and got 25% of the vote. That was fun.
You're kidding.
There you go.
So that was a lot of fun. So yeah, I like to take action. If I see something that needs to be changed, I don't sit behind the scenes and complain about it. I take action.
Okay. And as somebody that would be a mayor of a Hennepin County city, how involved are you? Is there any involvement with the city council at all of Minneapolis, or do you not have to deal with those wackadoodles?
Oh, that's nice.
So now we know how you feel.
Yeah.
So, you have some cooperation, right? You have cooperation with Met Council, with city, with the state, with the county. Yes, and with as many counties, streets that we have in Minnetonka, we absolutely have to work with the county.
Ugh,
Oh, that's nice.
I would hate that.
No question.
It's part of the job.
I guess so.
Ellen, I have to ask you one question here. I mean, getting into that business, people are not like they used to be. People go way out of their way to cause trouble, to be angry, to scream things at people. People are not very nice right now. Do you have that problem in Minnetonka?
I think that there are people that way, but I will say that knocking on the doors, there have been a couple of people who kind of were starting to aggressively, ask questions, but I've been able to talk to them, calm them down, and, come to a common ground. So that's, I've really enjoyed door knocking, and I have not had any time where I felt like threatened. So I feel really good about that.
We have Ollie in the chat wants to know what your background is.
Okay. Well, I have 34 years of community leadership in Minnetonka. We moved back, like I mentioned that I moved here from Kansas City straight out of college, worked at Finger Hut, and I have a business background, marketing background. And so my husband and I met, we got married, we moved to Chicago, moved to New Jersey, got the opportunity to move back to Minneapolis, and we chose Minnetonka as our home. That was 34 years ago. We've raised our kids here. I've had 20 years of volunteering in the school district. My children were very spread apart. So I was very active in the Hopkins School District, and I was a board member and development director for Hopkins Education Foundation. I did classwork. I did district-wide initiatives. I have one of the things that I really love is, like I mentioned, I don't sit around and complain. I take action.
Excellent.
So we noticed that I was a PTO president at the time, and we noticed that there were a lot of children on the sidelines, literally on the sidewalks away from the playground, because they could not get into the playground because of the rock. And so we'd put a little bit of money aside in the PTO, and the plan was to add on to that onto that playground. But I noticed with these children on the sidelines that it would be a big disservice to our entire population if we just added on. So I advocated and spearheaded the largest inclusive playground in the region, and so fundraising, it was a three-year labor of love, but we finally got it. We got it built, and it's still there now, and I take my grandkids there. So it's a beautiful park. If you've never had a chance to bring your kids to it, please do. It's open on the weekends to the public.
Is that where we went?
No,
Or was it?
that was in Deep Haven.
Yeah,
Well, that was in Deep Haven. That's right. We went the other way.
Close, very, very close, but
Yeah, very,
technically
very
in Deep
close.
Haven.
That is very true. But yeah, from newcomers. Now, I think I mentioned this to you, Ellen, but maybe I did not. That 44 years ago, Kathryn and I lived about I would say 3 blocks from where we live now.
Oh, that's great.
We met and got married when we were living in that house. We went all the way around the Twin Cities, living other places. And then just a short bit ago, we landed back, like I said, maybe 3 city blocks away from where we started.
Yeah. Minnetonka is a lovely, very
is.
heavily wooded, lots of nice, they've always had the loose line and all of, these other bike trails that go all the way through. And it's always been such a nice community.
It is. It's a really nice community, and that's what we want to keep, right? We want to make sure that it's a suburb, and it stays a suburb. And we don't get that creep of urbanization into it. So that we just love Minnetonka, and I know a lot of people are passionate about it. Obviously, Minnetonka never left your hearts because you came back.
No, it's true.
Is that where was my first house? Where I was like 1 and 2 years old.
Maple
Was that
Grove.
Minnetonka?
Yeah,
That was
Maple
Maple
Grove.
Grove. Also, the Minnetonka house was before I was born. Okay, so I never lived. This is the first time I've ever, had family living here. I don't live here, but
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, well,
Maybe you'll come back.
your mom and I had been together for a couple of years, and then shortly after that, we got married and lived in that house right over there on, what is it, on Larchmore?
No, we're not going to say what it
Oh, never mind. We're not saying what street it is.
No.
I
Why?
said
We don't need
March.
anybody egging it, or
Yeah.
we don't live there anymore.
Well, that's probably a good
You've
idea.
lived
Leave
here in
those poor
44
people
years.
alone.
I don't think
Yeah,
anyone's
we
going
know
to care.
the people that are in there. We don't let
Yeah, we know the people
anybody
who live
bugging
there.
them. We're not going to
I
tell
have
anyone.
dear friends that used to live on that street.
Okay.
Oh, did you?
It's a great street.
Did they ever complain about us? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, we didn't live there. long
Those
enough.
two.
Well, it's interesting that you said that you were involved in Hopkins School District, because Hopkins has definitely changed, and they're having big problems, big
Yeah.
problems.
Yes, they are. And we need to remember that Hopkins, the majority of Minnetonka residents live in the Hopkins School District.
Right.
Oh, that's
So-
true. But Eisenhower's that's been closed for a long time, right?
No, Eisenhower High School is closed, but it's now an elementary school.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So our high schools, Minnetonka, the city of Minnetonka has both Minnetonka High School and Hopkins High School on opposite ends
Yeah.
of the city. So,
And you also own one of the last delis in the entire state. We love that. Oh my God, that deli's been Kathryn will tell you, since the minute they opened that door, I've been going in there for the rest of the time.
Crosstown Deli.
Crosstown Deli.
It's very good. They've got a nice matzo ball soup.
They certainly do.
they do.
They do.
But yeah,
You're right.
I mean, and that's why we only got about 5-6 minutes left here. But I do want to say that are there any better views than driving across that bridge, going from Wayzata into Minnetonka?
Grays
just
Bay
so-
Boulevard, beautiful.
Oh
Yeah.
God, it's beautiful.
It truly is. Yes. Sometimes
Yep.
I take the long way home so
Yeah.
I can do that. So,
Yep. I understand that. Great restaurants, great history.
Mm-hmm.
This is on the Wayzata side of everything, but that walk along the lake there is magnificent. It's
Yes,
just a
it is.
wonderful place to live. It really
It is. So I know that you guys were talking earlier about Gold Nugget, and actually I was on the Economic Development Authority when we redid that entire area of Glen Lake, and so that was fun being part of the redevelopment of Gold Nugget. So I don't know if you realize the old Gold Nugget is exactly where the new Gold Nugget is. Do you guys remember the old Gold Nugget?
No.
I do, yes.
Do you?
I do, yeah.
So it was a great place, but you
Mm-hmm.
you never wanted to go to the bathroom there if you'd had too many beers because you might hit your head going down going down the stairs.
Did that happen?
Had to
To you? Did you hit your head?
I'm tall. That would be very bad.
Yeah, that would be a bad deal.
Yeah.
No, it's so great because it was just by chance that you knocked on the door and Kathryn was doing something else. So, because usually Kathryn answers the door, I open the door and there you are with your friend.
Yes.
And I had no idea at first you guys even knew who the hell I was. So I was trying to be discreet and all that stuff. But
Word's gotten out.
Yeah.
Word
Mary
got
warned
out.
me. She said,
That's really nice. Yeah, good. You've been warned about the whole deal.
So how many people are running for
Yeah,
mayor?
good question.
there are 5 of us. And-
5. Whoa.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Now
we
the-
are using ranked choice voting, which is something that I personally do not care for. As a matter
No.
of fact, we tried to repeal it 2 years
not
ago.
have
A lot of people don't like it.
Should not have that.
Yes.
Right. So,
But you can game it. You can game the system.
well, that's the reason, one of the reasons why we don't like it. But we are saying, please just vote for me. Make me your only choice in the mayor's race. So don't worry about your second choice. Don't worry about a third choice. I'm your only choice.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I like that. So the Cousins family. Do you have? Because I know a lot of people with the last name of Cousins. Some of them grew up in North Minneapolis with me. I don't know if you're related to any of them, but a lot of cousins around Minneapolis, St. Paul that people maybe don't know about.
That's true. And actually, we are. I know that there's some distant relatives, but they are distant relatives, but they're not like direct relatives. It's kind of funny because when we moved in, we both went to a dry cleaner called Sir Knight's, and my husband David and they have a David, and they used to get their shirts mixed up. So,
No, yeah.
That's nice. It's a nice touch. No question.
so, and I have met a few of them along the way through business connections. So, yeah, they're nice. They're a really nice family.
So the election's only a couple of weeks away now, isn't it?
2 weeks. 2 weeks
2
from today.
weeks. 2 weeks from today.
Yes.
Ooh.
Right?
Okay. So what do you need? You need money? You need door knockers? What do you need?
We need it all. We're raising money right now to do a final mailing and some social media texting, and door knockers would be great as well. So yes, any help would be very much appreciated
And you
to
have-
make it through make it past the finish line. The first first and only choice.
Are you doing Facebook campaigns, website? What do you got going on for?
We've got
media?
website, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram and X, and then we're, like I said, door knocking. Door knocking seems to be it's time consuming but very gratifying because people actually get to know you.
Got you on here.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
you go.
exactly.
Yeah.
Got me on here. Yes.
That was a
Right,
good
Andy.
thing. Well, so we're 2 weeks away, so maybe you should hop on again just before the election and then just after you win.
There you go.
It's unforetold.
Happy to do it.
Well,
So-
we'd love to have you back because, like I said, you're a very even kid. What I like about you is you're not this.
You're not pretending to be even keel, and then when you get elected,
yeah.
you're going to be another wackadoodle.
We have had those.
I have a history of being even keeled and pretty pragmatic about how we can get things done. So
All right.
That whole Hollywood
Like we have
element. And I've known Donald Trump for 40 years and forever because he wrote a book. He was on my show a lot. And I actually
wow.
had lunch
Yeah.
with him once. That was his first one when he was president. But, I also know some other people on the other side that we got some goofy politicians, men and women, in the state of Minnesota. And Donald Trump's not. Well, I suppose he's in every state because he's the president, but
Yeah.
right.
it's just so over the politics right now is way over the top, and I wish
It
they'd
is.
calm down. I really wish they'd calm down.
That's a good question from Jim. How many steps do you take during a door knocking campaign?
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Do you have like a Fitbit that you have an Apple Watch? It looks like.
No, I am afraid to look at my Apple Watch as to how many steps I've taken.
But
so,
yeah, stay in touch. So
that's
it's
a
2
fun
weeks from
question.
today. 2 weeks
Maybe
from
we
today's
should check
election.
that out. What was that, Tom?
2 weeks from today's the election.
Yes.
Okay, you have to stop in at least for a few minutes and say hello again before that happens.
Okay.
All the-
Okay, Andy.
Okay.
Yeah, Andy.
That's
Andy
great.
will take
Thank
care
you.
of it. But Andy, thank you for reaching out to Ellen. Ellen, thanks for getting back to Andy. It's great having you on
An
the show.
hour, I think, 2 hours notice? So
Something like that. Yes, it was great because it's a rainy day. So what else?
Yeah,
You're not going to go door knocking if you don't have to. We can always shift our time when it's raining to come
this morning,
inside.
Chris emails me and he's like, "Oh, I just got a meeting that I have to go to now and I can't make it." And I'm like, what to do? And we got something going. So hey,
Yep.
Yeah, thank
Oh,
you.
it's
Thank
terrific.
you
Worked out
very
great.
much for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
Well, you're always welcome, and Andy, great job getting her. I
Well,
appreciate
good
that.
luck, and we hope that your presence here does you some good.
Thank you. Yes.
That would be
You
nice.
can find
Yes, that
out
would
more
be.
you can find out more at ellencousins.com.
EC, can I just do EC? Is that it?
No, ellencousins.com.
No, you cannot.
No. All right, we'll come back soon, and ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay. Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye. It was great to see you guys.
Good to see you.
Got a picture in my noggin reminds me of this one was before. Every time I hear the sing, reminds me how you talking